Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Phil Heath, the Gift, three-time Mr. Olympia. Man, another year. Battle for the Olympia, 2014, baby. We're here over at Armbrust Pro Gym, and we are officially 10 days out from the 2014 Mr. Olympia contest, obviously held in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Orleans Arena. It's the 50th anniversary, and I am pretty excited. I mean, a lot of things have changed, you know. Obviously, I got a new supplement company. Been doing a lot of different other business ventures and stuff, but let's be serious. It has not distracted me from killing these weights. We're gonna do some arms today. You know, I'm really excited about that because this particular prep, I've actually been able to train them every week. So normally people that don't know, arm training for me has always been pretty, I don't want to say easy, but easier is one of my strengths. Over the course of my career, I had to make sure that I kept, you know, not just symmetry, but also balance issues, making sure that the chest, along with the shoulders and everything else, would coincide with these arms. So then you don't just be on stage and say, hey, he just has arms and that's it. So obviously over the past few years, I mean, you know, a lot of due diligence has been done, making sure that I was crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's. But I noticed something last year at 2013 Mr. Olympia. No one commented about my arm development. So I kind of felt like, maybe I finally caught up. So now going into this year, I felt in order to get bigger back, to get bigger chest and shoulders, I need to train the arms more too, because we all know with back, you pull sometimes with your forearms, with biceps, obviously with presses, you know, with your triceps. So I'm going to show you a little workout that I normally do. It's fairly quick, but it's very efficient. Energy's pretty good right now. I mean, obviously I've just, you know, gotten my third meal in of the day. Carbs are fairly moderate. Weight is still good, over 260. I'm pretty happy about that. Last year weighed in at 248 pounds on both nights, and that was usually around 25 to 30 pounds less than the other guys. So this year going in, the main focus is to just refine what I did right last year, and making sure that I cross all the T's, dot all the I's, like I say, but make sure that when we're talking about perfect practice, we make sure that we're doing everything correctly and with good tempo and good technique, because we could always practice bad habits. So when you hear people say practice makes perfect, kind of give them a shrug, like, what do you mean? Because if I'm practicing bad habits, I only get half the gains. So all the time you train in here, you may not be doing your personal best, because let's face it, sometimes doing your personal best may involve a little cheating, a little hunching over and this and that. I'm not really trying to do that at this point in time in my career, especially with arm training. The last thing I want to do is tear something, especially 10 weeks out, getting drier, getting harder, more vascular. All the work really is almost completed. Cardio is usually the most important thing at this point. Just trying to shred up a little bit more, getting the upper glutes ready, the hamstrings and the calves. All those things that we usually can't see, that the judges see behind it when we face the curtain, are the things that I'm really focusing on right now. And obviously keeping my mind solid, because I'm going against the best bodybuilders in the world. These guys, let me tell you, they've all earned the right to go up on that stage. I'm going against Arnold Classic champions, multiple Arnold Classic champions. I'm going against guys that have won, pretty much every guy has won something at some period of time in their life as an IFBB pro. There was no luck for them to get here. They all earned their right. And you know, you always get asked the questions, Phil, what about this guy? What about that guy? I do respect it. I do respect these guys, but I have to keep in mind one major thing. When you're number one in the world 3 times over, you have to keep confident in your ability to do it again. Otherwise, hand them the trophy. But I always have the mentality of, do I go to the job interview to get the job or not? Do I expect to get an A grade on the test? Well, I was once told, and I once heard from a friend of mine who shared this quote from me from, I think it was Russell Wilson, from the quarterback from the Seattle Seahawks. They asked him about how does he get ready for these, you know, games, and what makes him be better than most of these other guys so early in his career. He said preparation, separation. So that's what we're gonna go do in here, and have some fun while we're at it. All right. All right, you guys. This is Dylan Armbrust. This is the man who actually owns the gym that I've been so kind to attend. Been able to give me a key as well, so I can come in here whenever I like. I beat the weights up while he's gone, but I promise I usually put them back 95% of the time. Even on leg day, I actually put the weights back. or I just blame somebody else and say they did it.
Except for when Honey Rambod's in town, he would shit all over.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. It's true. I think it might be a five-finger death punch there. Yeah, it's gonna be five-finger death punch there. Yeah, so my general approach on arms is this. I mean, everybody loves them. Balance is the key. So obviously the symmetry issues from right to left. You're gonna, if they're real arms, one arm is gonna be bigger than the other. It's just the way it is. Your goal is to assess why. Utilize exercises that work for you. You don't have to change up your arm workout or any other workout every week. Because sometimes I feel like with my arm training, I need like even 8 to 12 weeks of the same routine. I usually start off using biceps because I feel like my biceps can always be better. My triceps already, I think, are pretty good because they just kind of stick out, literally. So I usually try to get those knocked out first. I've done things where I've done one bicep exercise and a tricep. I've done them all, but I know it's for me right now. Starting off with some type of barbell curl movement, some type of dumbbell curl, and then I usually stick with that and usually do like a machine toward the end. And then I'll do that same workout, but then maybe switch up the order. So what I did last, I'll do first for that next week. And that's another way of changing things up, but I usually don't change up too much. So you look at the clock to make sure that you're not resting too long. I know how you guys are. You guys be out here checking out your Facebook and Instagram and stuff in between sets. Can't do that right now, you lose your pump. It's usually around a minute and a half. Like I said, it's arms. can do these seated too, but having submission sitting down and standing up. Goofball right now. Arm day is kind of like a, you're focused, but arms for me is like fun day, so it kind of breaks up the prep a little bit, just because it's not something I necessarily have to like really build on. That detail. Come on. Yeah. Get that detail, dog. When it comes to arm training, I've always made sure I did some type of pronated movement. And also really trying to focus on like that real deep concentration. I noticed that it feels good. It hurts a little bit, but what do most people talk about? How separated his arms are. So really when it comes to the bicep, I always want to make sure I have not just the split, but the definition within that. See a lot of guys with different peaks and stuff like that, but the craziness, the detail that you're going to see, the muscles actually firing, that's usually what I'm tracing for. So I'm willing to do any type of exercise where I can manipulate those fibers to where you see before you that are actually moving. That's how I know more muscle activation, more muscle growth. Because sometimes you see me doing things a little bit slower because maybe I am admiring my work a little bit. At the same time, that actually produces more motivation because you know that it's working. So anytime you see something working, you're going to do it. early. Try to get some preacher calls. Last one for biceps curl. Make it look easy. show you guys something funny. Show you how thin that skin is. Or even better. That's what you want. It's going to be ultra thin so that the muscle actually pops. How many grams of carbs do you think I've adjusted today? 6 o'clock. 100, 200, 120. The goal is to see how low you can go, still stay full, and rip at the same time. That's gonna even get out of bed off 100 grams of carbs. That's when you get better. Because you're utilizing every other nutrient you're taking in. Get your muscles up. With very little. doing it together is actually harder. Tricep shot. Left arm's actually better. It's like the first time I did a pro show, my mom saw me compete. I tried to play it cool. Saw emaciated my face was, thought I was freaking dying. She waited until I left the house. She bawled her eyes out. Oh my God, he's dying. Now he's dying. I don't know what she doesn't like better. Chubby cheeks or no face at all. I guess we always go with which one we look younger. Shout out to the guys over at AMI Leader, the ladder company as well. All the athletes too. I mean, all you guys that are participating in Battle for Olympia, you guys are the reason, along with myself, as to why these fans are getting so pumped up. I mean, it's because of us, and it's because of you, the viewer. We feed off each other, and essentially, that's what bodybuilding's about, feeding off of energy, being positive, taking negative, turning to positive, taking struggle and turning it to triumph. But this year's show, I think there's 18 guys, 18 or 19. So I guess I got to pack a bigger magazine, if you know what I mean. So I got to knock these guys off, and they're all training very, very hard. They're all preparing very, very well. They all get my respect because let's face it, I mean, they put their name on the paper to say that they want to be Mr. Olympia. And as any warrior of anything would say, is that I oblige your challenge and I will see you in Vegas. I love challenges. I love the fact that I'm in a privileged position, being multiple Mr. Olympia, being televised, and going against guys, once again, that really want what I have. Because it reminds me of what I do have, and it makes me accountable to not take things for granted. The reason why I smile and the reason why I talk the way I do is because I'm actually enjoying the process. And a lot of people, I think over time, have failed to realize one key element. Stop and smell those roses. At least enjoy the journey. I'm 34 years old. I don't plan on competing for another 8 to 10 years. So therefore, I've got to really take those 50 workouts within a year, or 40 workouts or whatever. It's very, very serious because those essentially will equate to whether I gained or lost anything on stage. I'm having a blast, man. I mean, I got all my family and friends coming. I'm dedicating this one to my late father, Don Heath. He passed away in March. And, I have you guys to thank for watching this DVD. Thank these guys on Facebook. Don't pirate their stuff and, put it up on the torrent. Go out and support these guys because they fly out at a drop of a dime to come film guys like me. And me filming for people like you. It's all revolutions. We're all trying to help each other out and give and take and give, take and give. You don't see very many bodybuilding DVDs anymore. These guys are making it happen. Support these guys. Go on my video. Make sure you support them. Go on their Facebook. Make comments. Good, bad, ugly. Good, bad, ugly. Make the comments, but like their stuff because let's face it, you're watching the best badass mofos in the world train for the freaking Olympic title. And I'm very, very excited to be a part of that Elite 13. Well, that said, I think it's time for me to get my ass home, and I'll see you guys in Vegas. So until next time, hopefully it's 4 time. How about a bicep shot to end off? Cool, guys. See you in Vegas. 4 for 4. We're out.